you, now the transcription should turn back on.
Awesome.
And so for now, we'll leave it there.
Great. We have 2 or 3 minutes before we get started. Thank you so much for coming back.
I love that trailhead.
No, it's called Fall from a Branch and the development, but they also have NBC job development.
Went on a whole thing.
Tell me that we're trained.
Trying to get a good picture of it. Actually, shots are good. We'll have to get one with you, but let's see what I do now. Yeah. Are there more people out?
Well, I did say that. This is. So I mean, Hey, wait a minute. Yes, I just feel like right now, but I'm like. No, but it's okay to update it. Yes, that's very Started. Thank you, everyone, for coming. How exciting has today been? I have been in this world since 1970. And in the early 80s, I completed my master's internship at Wheat Ridge Institution. And yes, it was still called Institution at that time. After that, I moved to New York and was residential director for 2 intermediate care facilities. They just were coming right out of the institution, Wassaic Institution there. And then I helped design and build the first HUD-financed intermediate care facility in Massachusetts. This summit has been a dream come true for me as I look out upon you. I have seen many changes, and we have a lot further to go to provide affordable, accessible, and safe housing for our neurodiverse community. It is now my privilege to introduce 2 of our Boulder County Commissioners, Boulder County Commissioner Marta Lochamin and Boulder County Commissioner Claire Levy, who will get this call to action started.
Thank you so much. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Marta Lochamin, soy una comisionada aquí del Condado de Boulder. And it's an honor to be here with you. My name is Marta Lochamin. I'm one of the county commissioners here. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to join you all today. for this important discussion that you've been having, the work sessions, all the, I'm sure in the hallway conversations, discussing specific needs and challenges faced by individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD, as you all as experts already knew. Although it doesn't get the same media attention as the general lack of housing or affordable housing, there is a rising housing crisis for folks with IDD due to limited housing options, lack of supportive housing programs, affordability, and lack of understanding of the real need and the opportunity to be part of, in my belief, the conversations by experts that are in the room today. To move forward and find solutions, we must do a few things. Raise awareness about the unique housing needs of individuals with IDD and advocate for policies and practices that support housing rights and inclusion in communities, as you all are doing and have been doing today. A second is to discuss and develop policies at local levels that promote accessible, affordable, and inclusive housing options. We need to share best practices and innovative approaches, be comfortable maybe getting out of that box of where we've always been and what we already know, that will promote accessible, affordable, and inclusive options and look at different regions that have already begun to do effective addressing of housing challenges. We need to host, similar to today, continue to facilitate collaboration and networking among stakeholders, including government agencies, which we're here to represent today, disability advocacy organizations, housing providers, healthcare professionals, researchers, and individuals with IDD as experts in own experience, lived experience, and familial experience. We also need to enhance the capacity to meet the housing needs of individuals and give the ability for families to advocate for the housing needs that they are already aware of. My hope is that we'll be able to be a voice in the development of housing supportive services that will support individuals to achieve successful and sustainable housing. As with so many issues that the county is working to address, this topic requires partnership working, which is why it's great to see you all here together and to be able to be part of the team that is welcoming our Lieutenant Governor Rivera to Boulder County today. As with the larger topic of housing for community, there are no easy solutions. There is not one slice that will make it all better or make it all work. But we are committed to working together to find solutions to help all residents in Boulder County and influence the changes throughout Colorado and in this country as we tackle these issues of housing. Thank you all for your welcome to be here. And I want to bring up, please introduce Commissioner Claire Levy.
Thank you, Commissioner Lochman, for those really inspiring words as a call to action. It's my pleasure to be here this afternoon. And before I do the duty that I came here to do, I just want to say how important this issue, the housing needs of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and neurodiverse members of our community, how important housing, that issue is to me as one who has close friends and colleagues who are part of your community, and I know the struggle. So it's really important for me to get to spend a little time with you this afternoon. I do want to say that it is my pleasure. I think I'm changing the screen. Oh, no. Okay. No, I don't think I did. It's my pleasure to introduce to all of you Colorado's 50th Lieutenant Governor, Diane Primavera. She's now serving in her second term in this role. Diane, she is a lifelong advocate for Coloradans, leading efforts to make health care more affordable through the Office of Saving People Money on Healthcare and expanding access to critical services through the Office of E-Health Innovation and Disability Policy. Lieutenant Governor Primavera, I was going to call her Diane, is a proud Broomfield resident, and she has dedicated her career to ensuring that all Coloradans, especially those with disabilities, have the support they need to thrive. Before becoming Lieutenant Governor, she served as the CEO of Susan G. Komen, Colorado, and represented her community in the state legislature, where she championed bipartisan legislation to improve healthcare access. And I can just tell you personally, in addition to her long and distinguished career and resume as one who spent many hours with the Lieutenant Governor when she was a state representative on the floor of the House and in committee, there is a genuine person behind that list of accomplishments, and we're lucky to have her. Diane's passion for helping others continue to shape a brighter, healthier future for our state. And so I'm happy to welcome Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera.
Well, thank you, County Commissioners Loachman and Levy. I was really lucky myself. I'm the lucky one that I was able to serve with Representative Levy at the time in the House for many years. And I knew she'd be as good a county commissioner as she was a representative. So thank you both. And also thanks to Boulder County Human Services, the Inclusive Housing Coalition, Denver Human Services, IDDES program, and Colorado Housing and Finance Authority for organizing this really important summit. I'd also like to acknowledge the Boulder County Commissioners for their leadership and the many parents, self-advocates, and professionals who are here today bringing your perspectives and insights to the neuro-inclusive housing discussion. We're here to address a critical issue that affects thousands of families across Colorado. The unique housing challenges faced by people with intellectual and developmental disabilities is a major problem. I know finding affordable housing is challenging for everyone, but for those with additional access challenges, it can be significantly more difficult. Too often, individuals with disabilities and their families encounter significant barriers to finding safe, affordable, and inclusive housing that meets their needs. Further, as we've heard, there's not a one-size-fits-all solution to serve this population. It's an issue that requires not only increased awareness, but also stronger partnerships and innovative solutions. The unique housing needs of people who are neurodiverse are currently even less understood by developers and landlords than the needs of people with physical, auditory, and vision-related disabilities. So this summit is vitally important to come together, share ideas, and push for change. By working collaboratively with housing professionals, IDD service providers, advocates, and self-advocates, we can build diverse and inclusive housing opportunities that ensure everyone has the ability to live in dignity and independence in the communities of their choosing. I too go back to the days of Bridge Home and Training School and volunteered there for, I think, eight full years. So I just want to let you know that the state is committed to continuing to address the challenge. Our administration is working hard to develop policies that expand affordable housing options across Colorado, including housing options for people with all types of disabilities. And Tim Nolan, who's sitting over here, has been a champion on this issue. And I'm appreciative of the insights that you've shown, Tim, that you've been providing to House Bill 23-1296, which created a task force on the rights of Coloradans with disabilities, which I also got the pleasure of chairing. The recommendations from the task force that Tim's been working on will help shape housing policy in Colorado, even beyond the Polis Primavera administration. So it's a great place to have your voices heard also. We know that when people with intellectual and developmental disabilities have access to appropriate housing and the necessary support services, they can thrive and fully participate in their communities. So I'm inspired by the work of so many of you in this room, whether you're a self-advocate, championing your own rights, parents advocating for your children, or professionals dedicated to creating inclusive housing solutions. Together, we're laying the groundwork for a future when everyone, regardless of ability, has access to safe, affordable housing. So let's continue to build on this momentum
form partnerships, and work toward a Colorado where all individuals can live and thrive in the homes and communities that they want and that they deserve. Thank you for having me today.
Well, the day is over. Thank you, everyone. I do want to thank Tim Dolan, Inclusive Housing Coalition. I also want to thank Jordan Mulholland and Michaela Henning from the Ideas Program and Doug from Denver Mill Levy as well. Let's think about it today. Let's continue networking. This is important work. Thank you all for coming. It's been a great day.